Hey guys, what's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? Boogie2988 coming at you live once again to the power of the internet. And right now, as I film this video, the entire world is talking about a young girl by the name of Miley Cyrus. And a lot of people have asked me to talk about her too. You gotta talk about Miley, you gotta talk about Cyrus the virus. Cyrus the virus. You know, I see all the pictures, all the jokes. Picture of her butt squished up in that latex, of course, the same butt. Looks like Hank Hill's butt, so they put it next to Hank Hill's butt. Oh, that's funny. I'm going to talk about it, but I don't think you're going to like my opinion very much. Because I have a very offensive sense of humor, for the record. If you ever spent any time alone with me, you'll know that I make some very inappropriate jokes that are not good for public consumption, for sure. I don't ever make those kinds of jokes on YouTube where they could do harm, but on a personal level, I find shock humor to be very amusing. If I ever was a stand-up comic, I would do shock comedy. So, of course, I find all this funny. I'm human. I laugh at the jokes. I make them too. But it doesn't mean that's the right thing to do right now. And I'll tell you that I've lived an entire lifetime with some mental disabilities. Not disabilities, but mental disorders. I suffer from PTSD. I suffer from depression. I suffer from anxiety. And I'm crazy. And I don't really, ever let that out on YouTube. A little bit. And the Francis videos are kind of a part of that, too. But just a little bit, And I've reached a small level of notoriety here. 750,000 YouTube subscribers, and enough to where when I walk down the hall or I go to Walmart or I go to a restaurant, people do stop me and shake my hand and ask for photos and ask for autographs. I'd love to do it. It's fantastic. It makes me feel really good. And when people are critical, it also makes me feel really bad. And I don't mean hey, you fat shit, get off YouTube. I'm immune to that. But when somebody has real constructive criticism, Boogie, that video wasn't your best. And I agree that it wasn't my best. That makes me feel really shitty. And that's with my low level of notoriety. I can't imagine what it's like to be Miley Cyrus. I can't imagine what it's like to be famous since the age of 10 or whatever. I can't imagine what it's like to have paparazzi following me everywhere I go. I can't imagine what it's like to read Rolling Stone and New York Times critiquing not just my music or my music video, but the way I live my fucking life. I can't imagine. And what Miley Cyrus did at the VMAs, to me, was fairly recognizable. Because I've been crazy my whole life, and I've been in and out of therapy, and I've done group therapy, and I've had friends and family members that were all crazy, and her actions, to me, appear to be a form of a cry of help, for help. The things that she's doing right now, at the very least, it may not be a cry for help, but she's working through some shit. And her raunchy, cringeworthy, almost laughable performance of the VMAs is certainly a sign of that. And it's not that she doesn't please our penis, as some of my feminist friends would say. It's not that I don't find her attractive anymore. It's just that what she's doing is bizarre, and it's bizarre for the sake of being bizarre. And that is very vindicative of someone who wants to stand out to achieve negative attention. She wants negative attention. That is, I've been there, I've done that, and I could be transferring here, but I'm fairly certain that that's what we're seeing. I'm fairly certain that that's what's happening. She needs that negative attention. She wants to be hated. She wants to be made fun of. I don't know. But even if I'm wrong, we're still dealing with a young girl who's been famous her whole life, who's been royally fucked up about that. And it sucks. And the worst part about it is, it's a tale as old as time. Miley Cyrus, Lindsay Lohan, the Coreys, from when I was a kid, Goonies and Stand By Me. Over and over and over again. Fame will fuck you up. Even at the level that I'm at. Look at Justin Bieber, who every time he does something even remotely unusual, wears a pair of saggy pants, pisses in a bucket at a bar, I hear about it. And I'm not trying to hear about it. I don't want to hear about it. But Reddit has, for example, one of the websites I visit every day is reddit.com. They have this wonderful love-hate relationship where they love to hate Justin Bieber. And now they love to hate Miley Cyrus. We love to pick on and mock people with disabilities. We love to pick on and mock people who are different. We love to watch someone who was once so high fall so low because it makes us feel better about ourselves. And I do it too. I'm no better, but I want to be. Cyrus the Virus, that's what they call her on my Twitter feed. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's funny. It's awful. It's funny. But it's awful. And I at least hope that you can right here, right now, realize that Miley Cyrus is working through some shit. Girl needs to be left the fuck alone. Leave Miley alone, you sons of bitches, right? You know. Poor girl. And the worst part about it is I'll never reach that level of fame. But there may be a time that I'm doing the exact same thing here on YouTube because I'm working through my shit. And I know that everyone else will throw me to the fucking dogs the same way we're doing to her. Because I would too. Human nature, man. But that's the best part about human nature is we have free will. You have a choice. You can be nice. So let's all try to be nice. The very least, you don't have to buy her album, you don't have to listen to her music, you don't have to watch her videos. Just don't go tweeting at her about what a whore she is. Really? Cyrus the Virus.